Hello, everyone. Um, Today I'm going to be doing an interview with Ami, and she's going to be talking about her experience with Oneika and the tribe of Judah slash Light Body tribe. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to come in. Also, I'm gonna give Ami some time to come in. If you're watching, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like. You can comment if you like. I think the live comments are on. The live chat is on. Hello. Let me turn this on. Thank y'all for joining. Just waiting on Ami. If you don't know, my name is Elizabeth, aka Liz, and I was in the tribe of Judah. Hi, Kaja and Kayla's mom. Hey, Lisa. Thank y'all for joining. Yeah, I was in the tribe of Judah, and Ami was in there with me for a shorter period of time, but she wasn't in there with me. She was with Tali at the time. And yeah, she's gonna be, hey hippie, gonna be recounting her time. Yes, y'all, please hit the like. Please hit the like. Okay, there is Ami. Hey Ami,
Hey Liz,
how are you?
I'm great, and you?
That's
Hold up,
good. I'm doing good.
hold up, I didn't.
Okay, so you guys, this is Ami. She was in the Tribe of Judah with me. It was called Crown Melanin at the time. And when I left Crown Melanin, she stayed a little bit longer and they changed the name to, I think it was Light Body Tribe.
Yeah, it was Light Body Tribe. Yeah.
Light Body Tribe, yeah. And she just gonna recount her experience with Oneika, y'all. We I don't mind. I feel like this woman is a dangerous woman.
Indeed.
And to herself included. So I'm gonna go ahead. We can just jump. I mean, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, we can just jump right into it. I had some notes. Okay. So how did you meet Tali?
Well, I was actually on YouTube, and I had ran across somebody reporting the tribe exactly, and I don't know. I just thought it was neat. I was like, okay, it just seemed like y'all were having so much fun and stuff like that. So on the thing, I seen like his name or whatever. So I went and I had found him on Facebook, and I sent him a message, and it kind of like started from there. Us like chit chatting on Facebook about Puerto Rico and you know um
Okay.
just about the tribe and everything.
So we were in Puerto Rico at the time when you
Yeah,
first came across him.
yeah, y'all was in Puerto Rico, and I reached out to him and stuff, and then that's when he asked me. He was like, "You should come. You should come to Puerto Rico. You know how he's big about everybody need to be in the tropics, and
Yeah.
so so I was like,
Okay.
hmm?
Now just I was just gonna ask. So he invited you.
Yeah, he invited me to come.
Okay. So you didn't say like, oh, can I please come?
Oh, no, 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 no. He
Okay.
he asked me to come, and actually, I'm not gonna lie, like he kind of kept insisting, like, because I ain't gonna lie, I kind of backed off one time because, like, I had never left out of the state, so it was a great idea, but like, I probably would have took more time coming, but it was just like because at one time he was like, well, I can't continue to be wasting, as in us conversating else if I'm there, if I'm in the United States or whatever. So
Mm.
finally I just was like, okay, I'm just gonna go and get my ticket and come. So I got my ticket and I came on.
Oh wow. Okay. Thank you for clearing it up because he like to make it. They all like to make it seem like, oh, they asked to come. They did.
No, no,
Yeah.
he kept insisting on how it was great for my life to come there. You know what I'm saying? And you know how his big motto of the tropics, and no,
Mm-hmm.
no, because if I ain't gonna say I would never have came, but it would have been a slower process if it was just on me, because I was a little nervous about leaving the United States.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was ushering a lot of people to come out there, and we was surprised when people start popping up. We were like, "Wait, hold on."
Okay.
Wait, we got last minute notice about Maya and Daya coming.
Uh
They're like,
huh.
"Oh, it's just a couple in there with their baby." He was like, "Wait, what?"
Even like when I came, I felt like it was kind of like a surprise a little bit,
Yeah,
like it. He just threw it at, yeah.
yeah, it definitely was.
He leave a lot of important details out. That's what I realized.
For sure. Okay. Okay, and while you was with him, did he ever talk to you about Oneika?
Well, I put it to you like this: in the beginning, like he didn't really say a lot of bad things. You get what I'm saying? I think it
Mhm.
was more of trying to, because if he'd have said too much crazy stuff, I'd have been like, oh no, I'm not coming there. You know.
Right.
So, and it was like even when I first got there, just like I used to get into it with him because it's like he wanted me to get close with them, and I was like, I just wasn't feeling the vibe, like. So like
Mm.
we literally got into it one time on the beach because like I was like I don't want to deal with them because it was just something about I don't know why he just wanted me to get cool with them out, and I didn't, just like I told him, like the people I talked to used to talk to you there, but it was just like I didn't really know, I don't know, I just didn't read their energy. It just was off in the beginning for me. So
Mm.
like I wasn't eager into it, so,
Right.
but and then it's just like even when, let's just say, like, remember when they came in Texas and all that happened, he was the one that literally told me, like, leave them alone. Like you don't owe them nothing. Like you don't owe them nothing at all. So that's what
Mm.
kind of, he was like, what makes you feel like you're so entitled to these people? So that's why I was actually surprised when, he all this he talking about now. I was like, he's just kind of a little two-faced or something, because
Mm.
he
Mm.
that ain't what the story, what, how he be at me, he be like, nah.
Okay.
But
Wow. Okay.
that's the lead for you.
So after what did Onika ever like make a like what do you call it, like a, not a move but like a an impression on you, or like
um
did she try to talk to you or something? Basically, did she try to talk to you, or you know?
I
You
well, like when we was in Costa Rica, we had this, like, that's how she, well, I already was going to Costa Rica, but it's supposed to be me literally staying with them. Then before I got there, because I had to wait on my passport, that's why they got there before I got there. She met this dude and she was talking about like a polygamy relationship, you know, like, because just like I said, it was the whole, like, Ezekiel, Allah and Alisia and all them, they had their own spot. And then all of a sudden she hit me up, and her and Alisia and baby Allah was staying with this dude that she had met online. And she was like, I think it was more because he had his own land, you feel me? So she
mm,
was started making big dreams in her head about this man property. And so, but she never really, maybe because she knew I wasn't like, I just didn't see her like that, like I
yeah,
looked at her as just family, so
right.
even when we was in that polygamy relationship, it was never something like, oh, we just having orgies or three. No, it was never nothing like that. She always, had her time, her space when she was around him, and I had my time and space, but no, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
Um, do you remember how like I ended up leaving? Or
Hmm.
like, were you there that day? Like,
Of course, I can never forget that day. It was. I remember me and Talib had went out to eat, and then we came back. And when we came back, we heard like a loud altercation or whatever. Because I remember, of course, Talib, he had to go in and see what was going on, and then that's because it was like, about you leaving, it was just like out the blue. It was like
mm,
no sudden, that it we worked into that moment. It was just like slung out, like, well, really, because you was there, but it was just like, and I remember Tali was upset because of how they were screaming at you. And so then I remember we held the meeting and we all came out, and then they literally was trying to justify, you know, you leaving. And it just didn't make sense to me, but at the time it's like, just like I said, I've seen like a lot of patterns of, when you don't agree with them. So not saying per se, I just didn't say anything, just was quiet in the situation. I'm
Right.
grateful.
You were pretty much new. I feel like,
Yeah, so I felt like, who am I? Just getting here, like I felt like I didn't have a voice at that moment.
yeah, I
But
feel
it
like
was,
they, I feel like they pretty much try to paint a picture to everybody that was new that I was just some just demon that.
but I knew better because I got to know you one on one. So
Right.
like I knew you was a good person, like for real. You was real cool from
Okay.
day one. I think you was the first person I saw when I came in. You was like, "Hey, Ami." I remember when I first came in.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes, you was the first person I saw.
Hey, that's what's up. Do you remember like after that, like me coming into y'all tent, um, you went to leave tent.
Oh
It was
yeah,
like
after
in the
all
rising.
the after the meeting and when they were saying you had to leave, and yeah, I remember you coming in, and it was just like it was real hurtful for you, and well, it was hurtful for all of us, but you was really experiencing it. So I remember like you was venting to us about just the hurt, because I can only understand like that at that time, that was considered like your family, and it was like a big slap in the face to you because it was like, like you could have literally, just stayed there with us. It's like, why the option of you had to leave?
Right, and it was like low key embarrassing too, because like
Yes.
all the new people was like just looking and I'm pretty sure that set the tone like for all the new people. Like, oh y'all better not say nothing. Like
Yeah.
y'all
It
better
pretty
not
much
ever
lit.
get out
Yeah.
of line.
Cause that's in my mind. I'm like, I knew you was super loyal. So in my mind, I'm like, if they'll do Liz like this, who am I? That's what I remember thinking. Like for real. Because I knew you had been there way longer and had been through, a lot in different places with them. So I'm like, if you will treat a very valuable family member like this, who is on me that's just getting here? And I remember thinking that, and I ain't gonna lie, I even remember saying something like that to them one time, and they was like, "No, Ami, we'll never do you like that." But in my mind, I'm like, "Okay, like for real, come on." Like seriously, no, I'm not. I wasn't slow. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
I have my scare like that too with Christian. I got some pictures pulled up. Hold on, let me see if I can show people who Christian is because a lot of people don't know who a lot of people is. So I'm gonna just show Christian real quick because I had my scare with Christian when this Christian and his beautiful
yeah,
wife. And when he came, it was just like nobody liked him for some reason. I really think they
cause he
colorists.
speak his
I really,
mind.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
really
yeah.
think they colorists, bro. Like it's like they
Mhm.
had a vendetta against him from the start because he was light skinned. That's just what I feel.
Mhm.
That's just what I feel. And I remember they were all gang up on him. I remember it was a conversation we had, and I think a Kosha was 15 at the time, and I think Osiris and Christian had a disagreement, and a Kosha jumped in, and Christian was just like, "Bro, you 15, like," and she just like that set her off. I don't know why she got so mad. She just threw a temper tantrum, and she was just in a rage, having a rage episode because he said she was 15, which she was.
Yeah.
I mean, she was, and ever since then they just been like bullying him, and I had stepped in like I think it was a vote to kick him out. And I was like, yo, like he barely even did anything, but he said she was 15. That's basically all she did. And which she was. I don't know why she had insecurity about her age, but
Yeah.
I was taking up for him basically. And it turned from him to me. They're like, "Oh,
quickly.
you quit within the
Mm-hmm.
blink of an eye." And I was like, "Yo," they were like, "Oh, you need to stop taking up for him. You basically, I'm on my lowest self for taking up."
Yes, that's how
Having to
it
let
was.
go of my attachments, and I'm easily fooled and easily shaken and all of this. And so the next time, like, Christian was the quote unquote problem, I was on their side and with bullying him, basically. Cause who
Mm-hmm.
it ain't finna be me again, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I sacrificed him basically because I didn't want to get the back end again. And so yeah, because they make you feel really left out, really isolated, really like you the problem if
Yes,
you
you don't
don't
agree.
if you disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so next time Christian was a problem, I was on their side with it. No matter it was the smallest thing. I don't even remember, but it was just a whole thing. So yeah, so let's see. Why did you and Tali break up the first time? Like, why did y'all separate the first time?
Well, it actually was only one breakup, really.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, yeah, it was really because and that's like I consider when we broke up is when I actually left and came
Okay.
back to the States. But I ain't gonna lie, it was a few, you know, it was. I put it to you this: we really realized like we really wasn't compatible. It's like because I couldn't be a yes ma'am, you know, agree to everything he say, you know, because that's really to leave. It's like what he say, he wants you to co-sign it, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's just like the biggest thing for me was, well, I don't know, you remember when Khadijah came because she was being with my, and
Mm-hmm.
then they went off to be like on this island or something. They invited me, but I was like, I didn't want to go because it's just like I have nothing against Kaja, but it was just something about her energy. She was one of those types too that I just didn't mingle with.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, and you know how they are. If you got money, they flock to you. But I'm like, no, I don't care. Even though she was gonna pay for me, you know, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know, I'll just stay here or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I just decided to go on and leave. But it was just a lot of things, you know, it was with the, you know, the polygamy, because there's this other girl he used to, I'm not gonna bring her name up in it, but he used to always like, you know, try to, you know, he was always trying to convince her to come and everything. Because it was never like a lot of options because nobody, and then like people, you know, not, you know, saying this in a mean way, but it wasn't like a long line trying to be in the polygamy thing with him.
Right.
So it was just like, you know, I'm like, you know, you know, at the time I was going along with the polygamy thing, but deep down, I ain't gonna lie, I never was for it. Like, you know, like I don't really want to, you know, like I don't. And then especially his choices of people, it's like no. So after he left and went to the island with Maud and Khadijah and all them, I just, you know, left, and that was pretty much the end of it. Cause I'm like, I was just done with everything.
Wait, it with
Hmm?
my yacht and Kaja? And so he
Yeah,
on
Maud.
the island?
Yeah, Maud was with Kaja in the beginning. And yeah, and then they went to the little island thing. And like literally what was crazy is she was literally with my really my gave her away too to leave. But Talia told me
Yes.
stories like she was in the tent with Ma and coming there and be with him. They literally was sharing her. And
Yeah.
then I guess when Ma got tired of just playing the game and didn't want her no more when the funds got low, Ma just completely gave her to leave.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
then
my yacht was still with Dea.
yeah.
So it was
And
like brother husbands and sister wives all in one relationship.
yeah. Yes, and then that's why it's like, you know, I feel like she didn't care nothing about Daya's feelings in that situation at all. And then it was
Exactly.
like maybe like 4 months ago, I was wanting to come just for like a little, just to go and visit. Or maybe in like 2, 3 months, I'm not sure. Go and visit Puerto Rico. And Khadijah came in my inbox. She was like, I don't know why in her mind she felt like me coming there was wanting to mess with Talib. She was like, I don't mean no harm, but when you come down here, I don't want you sleeping with my husband. Like, sweetheart, that was not on the roster at all. Like, that was not on the plan, sweetheart. You do not have to worry about that. Like, like just because I'm coming to Puerto Rico, that means she was like, I just want you to know that I don't want you sleeping with my husband. Like, and knowing him, he
What?
probably told her in a way to get her jealous or however,
Yeah,
but it wasn't, that was never the plan. I just was wanting to go visit. You know, I love Seven Seas and the river. You know,
yeah,
I just wanted to go for like maybe a couple of days just to, but yeah. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, but you didn't care nothing about that. If let's just say for if that was the reason, if that was on my mind, it's like
right.
you ain't care nothing about there. Like you ain't care nothing
Exactly.
about her feelings or anything. But now
Exactly.
you expect somebody to value yours if that was the case, sweetheart. But you don't she didn't have to worry about that. Like that was the last thing on my mind at all.
So let me get this straight, okay? Mayat invites Kaja, okay, while he's in a relationship with Dale, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They decide to go to Vieques.
Mm-hmm.
Tali wants to string along
Yeah.
and leaves you in
Yeah.
Fajardo,
Yeah, he left me. Left me in Fajardo.
okay? When all the money and the coke and the shrooms and the Molly
Yes, all that,
ran
all
out,
that was there. Yeah,
when
yeah,
all that ran out, Mayat gave her to Tali.
yeah. And then that was, yeah, that was his wife or whatever. After all the money and everything ran out. Yeah.
Were you was still in Fajardo?
No, I left. I
Okay.
left because I'm like, why would I want to still be here? You feel me? It was just like so much evidence of, you know, why I should have been left. But to me, that was the icing on the cake.
Mm,
Is I need to leave for real.
okay.
I mean, what's the reason of and I just like I told you, causes, I don't mean no harm, but like, no, sweetheart, I'm not gonna, I didn't want to be a part of that
Wow.
at all.
Okay. Okay, so you left, right?
I
Um,
left.
let's see. Where was Oneika and them at the time? Were they still in Puerto Rico?
What you mean when they all went to the island?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were still there. But
Okay.
they weren't there too long. I know right after I left, then they left as well, I think. No, no, no.
Oh, okay. I see.
Hold
I
up, but I
see.
think I don't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they left and came to the United States a little bit before they went to Costa Rica, or they left from Puerto Rico and went to Costa Rica. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember
Okay.
that.
Because
But
I
I
just
know,
remember like you were there like with Onika and Costa and Ezekiel in Puerto Rico in luxury. Right.
yeah, talking about before I went to Costa Rica.
Yes.
Yeah, cause see, I left and went back to the United States for like maybe a month or so. And
Okay.
then oh yeah, yeah, because remember they moved from that spot and went to another spot while I
Right.
was in the United
You
States.
were with them
Yeah.
in that spot.
And then I came back and I was staying at the new spot with all them.
Okay. Did Talib ever contact you while you were in that spot with Onika?
Well, he had hit me up one time and he was telling me about, he said he had a dream and he was like something about in that dream. All I know, I don't really quite remember what, how it happened, but he said something happened where my eyeballs popped out my head. So
What?
I was like, what? Like I
Okay.
told Nick and them, I'm like that had me a little worried. I'm like, who tells somebody that? Even if you did, I don't even know if he dreamed it or what.
Oh
But I
my
just
goodness.
think, I don't know. I think something was going on with him at that moment or whatever. Cause I remember after we went to visit, we just out the blue left because where we stayed was a couple of hours from the park where he stayed. So we just happened to out the blue go up there, and the day that we got there, I don't know what happened, but they literally was getting evicted. They had to leave, like literally had to leave that area. You remember the area that we were all staying in? They
Mm-hmm.
had to leave. So
Hmm.
I don't know what it was, but at that time, Oneika and Talib was not getting along. Like they weren't really talking or whatever.
Hmm.
So in the midst of us being down there, we had a blowout on the van. So being that the blowout happened, we could not go back. Like in Puerto Rico, it's not like here, so we couldn't get a tire until the next day because it wasn't like no shop we could go at that moment. So we had to wind up spending the night there. So
Mm-hmm.
they actually got like an Airbnb or something,
Mm-hmm.
and of course I supposed to stay with them, but I don't know. Like I ain't gonna lie, I had my little slow moments when it came to leave in the beginning, and even after all that, um, he didn't have nowhere to go, so he was like he was gonna go stay at the beach or whatever. And I felt bad. I don't know why. But sometimes I don't know.
That's
Sometimes
okay.
I was just slow to the fact. So I felt bad that he really didn't have nowhere to go. So I was like, well, I'll go and stay at the beach with you. So we
Mm.
went to the beach. We like when you first get in the beach, we went farther out. You know how you go farther out in the
Right.
beach
Yeah.
area, and
Mm-hmm.
he put the tent up, and we was just pretty much catching up on. He was telling me what everything was going on at the island, with the Khadijah, because at this time Khadijah wasn't there. Well, she wasn't with him. I'm not sure if she had came back to the States or was she. I'm not sure what she was, but I just know she wasn't with him at that moment. And so he was just catching me up on everything that had happened. He was just telling me, all the stuff that they had going on. And I don't know. All I know, he was trying to have sex. And I was like, nah. So it like really, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know that person that he turned into that night. Next thing I know, he got out the tent. Girl, he started undoing the tent with me in the tent. Like the
Oh my
tent was
God.
falling all on top of me. Man, I'm like, what is going on? But I know he had told me he had did some Molly like a couple of days before then. So I'm assuming, I don't know, maybe that was some after effects, or maybe he was on Molly that day. I don't know. But I just know the person that I seen that night was not the person that I know. I know of course he can be him, but never where he was that night. It scared me. So I didn't know what was gonna happen. So I got out, grabbed my pocketbook, and I just ran. And I
Mm.
called Oneika and them. I was like, by the breath, telling them like what was going on. I was like, can y'all please come get me? But being that I didn't choose to stay with them in the hotel, I guess that was like my punishment. They were like, we're in the hotel. We already settled in. Like
Mm.
literally in a nice way told me I need to make that situation work until the next morning. So I asked them for Louise's number, and because I was like, Louise will come get me. So they did give me Louise's number. I can honestly say they gave me Louise's number. You remember Louise, right? They
Yeah.
used to take us to the store, yeah. So I called Louise and I asked Louise, could he please come and get me? And I ain't gonna lie, Louise came right on and got me. I was so
Right.
grateful.
Louise is so sweet.
Yes, he's so sweet. He came and got me, and I wound up staying at Louise's house until the next morning when they came. Because they had to get the tire fixed. But it just scared me how he act. Like I couldn't believe he act like that. Like he literally started taking the tent down with me in it, like snatching. I was like, yeah,
Dang.
like I never seen him in a anger rage like that.
Yeah. It was probably the crash from the
That's
Molly.
what I'm thinking from the drug. Cause he said he had told me that he had tried Molly a couple of days before he seen me that day.
Mm.
So, but it was scary. I ain't gonna lie. I just
Wow.
ran because I'm like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. You already know how dark it be out there in the
Yeah.
beach.
Yes.
Girl, I would just run. I was like, Lord, please don't let this be my final place. Look, I can laugh about it now, but I promise you it was not funny then.
I
It was
bet it was.
not
I
funny
bet.
at all.
I can only imagine taking it down with you in there
Yes.
because you did
Like,
not, because you didn't want to have sex.
yes.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how that went.
So, okay, you did Onika them. You okay? You said Louise came and got you, and
Yeah, Louise came and got me, and I wound up staying to Louise's house to Oneika and them made it, and then they came and we got the tire fixed, and then we wound up leaving and going back to the area we was at.
oh,
Where
okay.
we stayed at, because we was only just coming down there because at that time they were getting packages and stuff at Louise's house, so we'll come every so often so they can check and get their mail and stuff because that's the address they was using down there, and
Mm-hmm.
but it just coincidental that same day we came was when they were getting kicked out. My them had to leave and everything. So I don't know what was going on, but I know everybody had to leave for some reason
Mm,
at that time.
okay. So how did you end up leaving um with Oneika and them?
Talking about what when I went to Costa Rica?
No, the while you were in Puerto Rico with them when they was at the new spot.
How did I wind up getting there? Well, getting with them,
Leaving.
leaving. Yeah, but I'm trying to say leaving where though?
Leaving their new spot. When they came and
Yeah.
got you from the Lee's house,
Mhm.
yeah, I went to the spot they were at, right?
Oh yeah, they came and got me. They came and got me from Louise's house, and then we went back to where we stayed at in the mountains.
Okay,
Is that
yeah.
what
I'm
you were
saying
saying?
like how did you end up leaving the mountains? Did you leave there by yourself or did you leave there did everybody leave together?
I'm trying to figure out. Oh, you talking about when we went to Costa Rica? Cause we went to Costa Rica from.
Oh, okay. So y'all went straight from that place in the
Oh,
mountains to
see,
Puerto Rico?
I actually went back to the United States because I always go back
Oh,
home for a little bit. I
okay.
went back and I chill, with my kids and stuff, and they went on to Costa Rica first.
Oh, I see. I see
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Okay, I ain't understand. Yeah, they went to Costa Rica first, and then, and plus, keep in mind, I didn't have a passport at that time, so I had to get a passport and everything. Anika told me how I can get a quick passport because like you have to go on and have your ticket. I had to go through
Mm,
a lot to get that because Georgia didn't have no spots to get a passport, so I had to wind up going all the way to Louisiana to get my passport. Which I'm not gonna lie, Nika paid for my bus ticket. I got a Greyhound to travel to New Orleans, and I got my passport the same day, and then I flew out from New Orleans to Costa Rica. And when I got there, I didn't know that Costa Rica airport is not like in America. Like,
mm,
you can't just sit around there. I was thinking because I had like a bus I had to catch. But the bus didn't come until like 5 that morning. And had got away to Denny's. And in America, Denny's be open 24/7, but this Denny's closed. So
mm,
literally, I was literally stuck outside until I think my flight got there around, I don't know, I think it was like 11 something that night, or maybe earlier than that, because I remember it was like probably like 6, 7 hours I had to wait until the like like the little bus that'll come and get you and take you to different parts of Costa Rica. But
mm,
thank God it was the cab person knew somebody at the hotel, and the guy let me actually come in and sit inside of the lobby area because it was
mhm.
cold. It was so cold. I ain't had no jacket because I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to the tropics, not knowing, some nights it be cool.
Right.
So, girl, I was about to
Mhm.
freeze out there. So, so I was able to sit inside the lobby until the next morning. Then I caught the little bus to the little spot that I had to catch, and then King, which was Anika's, the guy she was telling me about that we will be staying with, he came and picked me up. And he picked me up on his motorcycle, and we wind up, going back to where they were staying then. And
Mm,
when I actually got there, they didn't know who I was because I was so little. Like I had lost a lot of weight. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I felt like, cause I was kind of healthy when I first got there, but I just felt like they always made me feel bad about my weight that I had. So I tried so hard to like get rid of most of that weight I had because I just felt like,
really?
yeah, like they really had me feeling like I was fat. So I
Wow.
had to literally I got myself, I worked super hard to lose mostly all that weight. And really, I had lost a little too much. But
Oh my goodness. I didn't know that.
yeah, because they were way thinner than me, so it's like
It,
they kind of made me feel bad about my
I
weight
was
I had.
I was so skinny too. I didn't even realize until I left. Like I had got up when I got back to Mississippi. I took my ID, and my face was like a skeleton. Even right here, like in this picture, like that's skirted. I wore a size extra small. And even this skirt looked too big.
Yeah,
Even
and
his
you
skirt
see,
looked too big on me, and we were super. Look at Ezekiel, like we was super skinny. We was barely. We didn't eat till 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
yes,
Even then, it
you
wasn't
be
even bad,
starving,
nothing
ready, look, ready for that meal so bad,
for
look.
real.
Look, yeah, the funniest thing I remember when we used to when they talking about we had a fast girl, I fast, and then and then I'm like after 12 o'clock, that's a whole nother day. When they go to sleep, I be
For,
in the kitchen eating me something. I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry right now.
for real. That's why Christian always got in trouble because he was in the kitchen, like he was
Yeah,
hungry.
I was starving.
He
Look,
was he was
so
eating like a I think he had a tortilla like or something like he put peanut butter on the tortilla. And Ezekiel was like, "Bro, what you doing? Like, why you eating out all the food?"
I'm like, I don't fast all day yesterday, just drinking water, or it may have been a fruit, because
Oh my,
you had to at least do a certain amount of days, so you got to do a water fast or a fruit fast.
yeah.
And it just seemed like the day that I fast, that's when they'll cook the real good stuff. I'm like, man. They were like, no, you can't. I'd be like, well, I just really want to book on my fast right now. like why y'all get cooked the good stuff when I'm fasting?
Right.
Ugh.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure everybody. Even Oneika, she was fasting. She's already pretty
Yeah,
thin.
she can do it like it's no
Her
tomorrow.
tights, like her leggings, were too big.
Yeah.
Leggings now they
Uh-uh.
were too big on her, and it was just like everybody was just super skinny. Our knees was popping out. Our freaking like you could see our knee bones, and it was just
Yeah.
horrible. Like
And you see, even though on me on that picture, I feel like I still wasn't like fat, but they made me feel like I was just too
no,
big.
you weren't. They was too. We was too freaking skinny. That was the problem.
You
And
so
them
funny.
try to project these insecurities on
Yeah.
everybody. I
So I
couldn't
just,
wear certain
I,
things on my face. Like I couldn't wear certain stuff. Like it'd just be a problem all the way around. Like everything was a problem.
yeah. So I tried real hard. So by the time I got to Costa Rica, they didn't even know who I was when I walked in the door. I was so little.
Oh my goodness.
They couldn't believe I had lost all that weight. I was like, well, I know they're gonna be so proud of me. Like,
Mm,
you know what I was thinking.
yeah, I've been there. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, so you came to Costa Rica with them, and you
Mm-hmm.
said she had a man or something that had land.
Yeah, Land King. That's who she was trying to. She was saying we was gonna do polygamy with him or whatever. So when we got there, when I got there, I guess she already, she kind of, because she's such a manipulator. She had me thinking. I was like, well, is this something about him that she ain't tell me? How? Why would you want? Because I know when we first got in, because I guess because of what's going on, he locked the door or whatever. So in my mind, I'm thinking kind of like, why are we getting locked in here? Like,
Mm.
so. But I guess that was just for protection reasons and stuff. But it's like she was like shaking every time. But when it came to him, but I think she had been irritating him so much when it comes to just neglecting the child. Letting him just run around and come to find out it wasn't really his land. He was renting it, kind of.
Oh,
So
I
if
see.
anything would have happened to this stuff here, you feel me? Like he would have had to pay for it. So that's what he was like. You can at
Oh, I
least
see.
control your child, and don't just let your child be running around, pulling stuff up out the ground, and like, cause he
Oh,
was a child, so he couldn't help it. But at the same time, it's like that's where a grown person come in, and gotta just like that's what he was trying to explain to her, and you gotta teach him. But it's like she just wanted because it was the area was fenced in. She felt like she could just let him go and just let him run around and just literally raise himself. That's what it was. Because
mm,
it's like she didn't have no type of money skills, or
I
it was.
see.
So that was the issue. So eventually, he wound up. You might as well say they had to go. So I ain't gonna lie. Like at first, like I said, I didn't want to go with them. You can ask them. Like they literally, and then I wound up staying maybe like a week, and then I was with still with him. I didn't. I don't know if they even put that online, that part. But
Mm,
they were kind of upset with me because I wound up hitting them back. I was like, well, can I, after like maybe a week, I was ready to. I ain't gonna lie, I was ready to go to where they were at. And so I hit them up and they were trying to kind of be hard at first, I guess, punishment because I should have left with them.
Right.
So they wind up letting me come. So I wind up, getting on the bus and I came, to the part they were in. So we had this, we had this big meeting. And I ain't gonna lie, the meeting didn't go that well because I don't do too well with people's fussing and all this at me. So that's when the first time they seen what they said, they seen me triggered. Because most of the time, I never been under the hot light or whatever you call
Right.
it. So it was just like everybody has stuff. Allah has stuff to say. I should never choose nobody else over my family. And I just felt like I had peace at his house. I didn't want to leave a peaceful place to have to go where I know it was going to be drama and all this. I already knew what I was going to deal with. So it just was peaceful there. So we had to go through this whole lecture. We had to talk about, why I didn't choose my family. Then I had to hear everybody. And at this time, once I made it there, Olivia had just made it. Like, so you might as well say Olivia was like how I was when that happened with you. You get what I'm saying? She was just making it in the midst, but she had everything to say. You might as well say she was there. Like how I wouldn't talk up because I felt
Yeah.
like I just got there. She had just got there, but you know, she
Yeah.
had everything to say. And in my mind, I'm like, you don't even know me, so why are you? You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of like walked away. I just left walking. Didn't even know where I was walking to, but I just wanted to get away from there because I didn't want to hear people fussing and got everything to say to me. No, they was like, we gotta talk about it. We can't just brush it up under the rug like it never happened. But I'm like, it's not that serious. Like, child.
My bad, the little one.
No, you okay?
She teething. So,
Oh,
Olivia, you said Olivia had just got there.
yeah. Olivia had just made it to Costa Rica. Because when I got to the house, it was what is his name? Allah, Big Allah, and
Adam, I call him Adam.
Adam.
His name is
Adam. Yeah.
Adam.
So to make it easier, Adam was there. It was Adam, Oneika, Ezekiel. Um, Michonne wasn't there. It was no Michonne, was it then? I'm trying to remember. No, I don't even think Michonne was in Costa Rica at all. Uh-uh. I don't think she ever made it to Costa Rica. She just came.
She was
Unless
there. She just wasn't there when you was there.
she did. She
Yeah,
probably
she was.
came at the once I had left.
Yeah,
Maybe.
she came once she left.
Yeah, because she wasn't there during the time I was there at that time. Um, but yeah, it was all of us during that time. And it was just always something every day. Somebody was. It was out if it wasn't. Adam and Alisia getting into it. It was always something. And then I think the final straw with that little house when we was staying there, um, Allah and Ezekiel had got into a fight with Adam, and Ezekiel had got into a fight. So after that fight happened, you know how fights how they sound. And I guess the neighbors were just tired of us getting into it. They was tired of it. It was always fussing, yelling, or something. So
Mm.
they literally called the police, and the police came and said we had to leave like ASAP. It wasn't no 30 days. You got to leave now. Like you got to go. I mean, and I understood. Like I'm like, well, we're in a whole nother country. We're not in the United States, so we already know that. Like these are different rules we playing right now. So we wind up had to leave. So we didn't know really what we was gonna do. So of course since Adam was the cause, that, of us because of the fight, they literally kicked him out. He had to go. He couldn't go with wherever we was going. So they wound up talking to some people that they knew from America that was staying there, and they was like they had a little spot. It was like up a mountain a little bit. It was like I don't know if that's a mountain or what, but it was. We had to literally walk about 5-6 minutes up a hill, and on top of the hill was where we could stay. It was like a little. I don't know. They called it a sanctuary, but it was like a little shack. It wasn't no house. You know what I'm saying? If it was like more like a shed or something.
Yeah.
So we wound up staying there because we didn't really have nowhere else to stay at that moment. And so yeah, and
Mm.
even Adam kept trying to come back to where we were at, but at that time they really didn't really want Adam really there at all. I feel like because Alisia, I guess I don't think she really wanted to deal with him no more because she already had kind of like she was talking to this well kind of talking to this other guy. Um
The guy who I just showed. Hold on.
yeah, she had started talking to Phil, and I think Phil was like about 25, so she really wasn't trying to deal with Adam. Adam was like a faded memory. Um
My
so
bad, y'all. This is Adam. Also go by Allah. So what do you know what it was that made him and Ezekiel fight?
I don't, Adam is just Adam. So I don't remember what it was about. It was just Adam always, he's just very confrontational, so I can't even
Yeah.
remember what it was.
He likes to argue.
Yes, because he kind of had, yeah, he likes to argue. And it was just, I don't know, that's just how he is. It was always out of him and Elise get into it, or just, and it probably was just something where Ezekiel just was tired of. I don't even remember if it was something with Alisia that led to that. I don't quite remember. But the next thing I know, they were fighting,
Mm.
and that was, the final straw from the landlord. And they said we had to go because we were just causing too much confusion in that little quiet, small environment.
Okay. Okay. So when you got there, Adam was there already, and
Yeah,
Olivia was there.
yeah, he was with Alisia because him and Alicia had got together before I
Oh.
came. Him and Alicia was together. But when we was staying with King, Alicia was staying with us in that town. She
Mm-hmm.
wasn't there with Adam. It was only Adam, Ezekiel, um, at the old house. They was still in the old house. Because at that time it was a little tribe. I don't forgot. Was it is it something holiness? It was some other, like in Costa
Holy
Rica,
Haven.
yeah, Holy Haven. They have like a community there, and it's a lot of Americans that's there. So they still could link up with them. Go and do boxing and different stuff. So
Mm.
they were still there because I think at this time Adam and Alicia, they probably already had wasn't the best.
Yeah. I
So
remember people, a whole bunch of people, like inboxing me saying, "How old is she? How old is she?" Because they saw Akosha and him together, and I was like, "Was she 16? Why are
yeah, she
people?
was 16.
Why?" And then I seen the video of they was basically like naked, and he was rubbing all on her body, and they were like, "This is sick. This is messed up. How old is he? How old is he?" And I think he like 25 now, and I think she was 16 at the time. That's
Yeah.
down. That's like 10 years. That's
Hmm.
quite a bit of an age gap. But I remember that. I remember them being together. I remember all that. I didn't know that him and Ezekiel fought because I remember Ezekiel came back to Puerto Rico
Hmm.
while they was in Costa Rica.
Yeah, he probably just tired of everything that was there, because like he just didn't agree with a lot. But it's like that was his mom, that was his sister, and he probably just needed a break from all of that. And once I found out he was leaving, I was like, oh, I'm most definitely leaving now, because I couldn't imagine me being there without him being there, because they would have just really been doing the most. So I just politely got me a ticket, and I told them that I was going to Jamaica for a couple of weeks, but in reality, I had no plans of coming back ever.
Mm,
Like, so I just left. And I
mm,
think that's when, because see, they already had kicked Adam out. So Adam wound up, then he came to Puerto Rico for a little bit because he
right,
wasn't really in their tribe anymore.
right.
So it was just only I think, well, really, Oneika wound up leaving too. Not Oneika, but the cousin, Olivia.
Oh,
Olivia
yeah.
wound up leaving when we left from the house. She
Hmm.
left and went back to New York because, you know, where we were staying, us as grown people, we could have dealt with it. But,
She had a baby. She had a small
having,
child.
yeah, kids, it was, but Allah came and he was staying with us there though.
Okay.
He was
So
the only child
you
then.
said, I think you said a little something about like Olivia wasn't really caring for a child, or
No, she never been like soon as she got there, it was like our responsibility to keep her kids. Like she'll just up and say she always claimed she needed a break. And she would leave and be gone for 3-4 hours. And
mm,
leave at that time she had two kids. She had the boy and the little girl. And she'll just leave them. And even when
mm,
she was there, they did what they wanted to do. Like she didn't tend to them kids. It's like I don't know. It's like they bear kids, but when it comes to being a mom, it's not in them at all.
wow,
Period, at all. And I ain't throwing nobody else up under the bus, but like here recently, I found out that she literally. You remember she was pregnant when she was in Africa. She just
right,
had a baby in Africa, and
yeah,
she literally left left the baby, left the
wow,
baby and her daughter like at the hospital.
wow,
Never went back and turned around to get the child at all. Like who does that? I'm like, it's very clear that y'all are people that just like heartless, don't have no. Because if you don't got love for your child, then you don't got love for nobody. You sure can't love me. Like
exactly.
how you just leave? So can you imagine these kids now is in foster care in Costa Rica? You know what I'm saying? Up under that system, and she living her best life, not even thinking about going to get her kids. It's like she ain't had
Wow.
no kids.
So the baby pregnant with in this picture.
Yeah, is she had the baby because they said she actually went in labor in the middle of people, and then she's like the baby was literally coming out of her. She was standing there. People was in disbelief that this was happening.
Oh
They
my god.
called the emergency people to come up. She was telling the emergency people she didn't want no medical support. Like she didn't want them to come and do anything. She said that she didn't want them to cut the umbilical cord or nothing. But so they literally forcefully made her come, and then they had to tie her hands to the little thing, and then they cut the baby's umbilical cord because the baby was literally coming. They cut the baby's umbilical cord, and I guess after she had the baby, I guess because it's not like when you're in America, where you just stay there or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she wound up leaving the hospital, and she told them she was gonna come back, and she didn't never came back and got either one of the kids. And I think they already the people probably was gonna keep the kids or something because they weren't like, no, you gotta take the kids. They agreed with her that she could come back, and she never came back. So the kids are now in Costa Rica in defects.
Wow. No, that's just
She
heartless.
just she just sick and heartless is that's
Yeah,
not
no, Nika the same way. Onika,
yes.
you know, Onika the same way.
The same way. That's what I said. Because look how she did. But like her daughter's father were hearing that. That's the reason why he wasn't even finna
Exactly.
let his child go with her. She don't even
Wow.
she don't even talk about that girl, like for real. But I don't blame the father. The father already knew what type of mother she was, so that's why he did not even let the child go with her. Which I don't
Wow.
blame him.
Yeah, because look what happened. That's sad, man. That's so sad. And picture
It really
being the
is.
father of both the children, like, yo, baby
It,
mama, whatever, just left your child to a child protective services in another country.
yeah, and it would have been
In
the
another
same
country.
thing. Yeah. And the guy that not Oneika but Olivia had, I guess he wants to get his child back, but it's kind of hard because he's staying in Africa, and I guess he don't really know how to. I guess it's kind of like hard for him to even get the child, or however. I guess with his circumstances, so the kids are just stuck there. So I guess
Wow.
She looked this as a I guess a way to start over her life or something.
And she's pregnant again.
Yeah, she's pregnant now again with another baby. So I'm like, I'm wondering what she's gonna do with this baby. Like,
Um,
how could you even fix your? How could you even get pregnant again? Like, you should have been getting your tubes tied because it's very clear you don't want kids. So why you keep having
yeah,
them?
I don't understand that part. I,
'Cause, I guess they motto just being fruitful to the earth, but you not keeping your kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could see if she was being this
exactly,
mom
like,
that was having kids, keeping them, but you
and you call yourself
literally
a
let this.
motivational speaker, like that's what you motive, like that's what you perpetuate, like that's what you promoting, leaving your children. When we got to Puerto Rico, I was complaining about us leaving baby Allah. And I was like, why we left him? Like, I don't understand. Like, my heart is hurting and I'm pissed. Like, she told me, she said, Baba G said, the Bible said, don't put no child, brother, sister before the mission.
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
and
are
that
you
was
kidding
cold
me?
hearted. Like, how could she just leave her child like that? Just leave, just up and just couldn't nature but tell her, oh, I'm just gonna leave him.
And then,
Just and didn't think no more. She seemed mighty happy when I met her. I couldn't tell she left her child at all.
wow. Yeah.
And left him
Yeah.
again. You know?
Yep. And left him again and flew to another country.
And yeah.
What?
So now
No.
he's in Costa Rica. He don't even know English now. All he know is
Spanish.
Spanish because that's all he been around. You know?
Wow. That's man. That's the type of stuff that boils my blood.
Yeah.
So when people talk up, be the ignorant people in the comments, or why y'all putting these people business? This the type of people that you support,
Yes.
abandoning the children. Defamation.
Yes.
What? It's
And all
about the
these
children.
videos, yeah, and all these videos she want to make this and that. But how about you share that with your supporters? That's my point. It's like
Exactly.
you ain't sharing this version with them.
They keep all the ugly, disgusting stuff at
Mm-hmm.
her.
They don't want that
Their
on camera ever.
Oneika's purpose is not to break generational curses. It's to
It's
live
the
a
creep.
certain life on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people be like, "Oh, well, I think I want to come," they come and get used and mistreated and discarded and
Yes.
hurt. That's why. That's why I'm writing a book. That's why I'm doing this. Not just because, oh, I feel like I don't like them. Let me just do. No,
No, to stop other people, cause you see, it's still been people coming since we left, and it's the same pattern. They getting hurt, used, and all that.
wow.
So it's
Okay.
like enough and it's enough, and it's like her supporters just believe everything. Like they truly believe like we just the haters, and she really have them believing like that. But I'm like, won't y'all just consider to even try to think about what we're saying, you
Exactly.
know, and then it's about, is this a good or bad person? Off the actions. If like if this wasn't her and it was a random person, how would y'all feel about this individual? They would think that person is a cold-hearted evil person. That's my point. Like, who could do this to kids?
Exactly. It's not about them. It's about the children.
The children. So
So wow. So after you say y'all got evicted out that place because of Adam and
mhm.
Ezekiel's fault, what were the living conditions after that like?
Just like I told you, we were staying in this little shack. Um so just like I said, it was not like a house, it was a literally like a shack. It was just like a building that somebody had built with it was no bathroom, no running water, no nothing. We had like an outside shower that was um coming from the spring, I believe.
Mm,
um and then we got like a propane tank and had a thing that we actually could cook on, but it just wasn't, it wasn't the best. But at the time, I was so brainwashed. I was like, even though the circumstances weren't good, I was like, I'm I just feel like I was just, I was there with my family. So,
right.
things were gonna get, better eventually,
Yeah.
but it quite never did. So just like I said, I wound up leaving, and I made the best of the situation so I could leave.
Mm. Yeah, we were. It was the same kind of conditions with Oneika had baby Allah with us in Florida. It was basically the same thing. We was just sleeping in tents, like, and we have it was like a campsite, so it was like a little stick poking out the ground with a cord, like a electrical outlet, and
Hmm.
we just took like a little stove up to it and cooked. And but the next door was like miles away. We didn't have no car. We literally had to. That's where Onika was basically like sleeping with this white dude. This old, I'm talking about, he was an old white
That's what,
dude too.
the same in Costa Rica. It was like this old Spanish dude she was messing with. Like, and that's how I knew. I'm like, I'm not slow. Like, and then whoever the guy was, he ain't gonna lie, he had money, so he had a restaurant. So sometimes we could even eat free, while she was up in the look, because he had like a room added on to the restaurant. So she'll be up in there doing whatever in the room with him, and we could like eat anything off the menu, you know, whatever we wanted. So I guess you could say she took one for the team or whatever,
Yeah,
but
it was exactly the same thing. It was she was sleeping with him, so he could take us to the Walmart or whatever that we need. Basically, prostituting them. I mean,
Mhm.
it was transactional. So there, it's a pattern of that. It's crazy, and then that's the example she's setting for her daughter.
Yeah,
Hey, what do it's just sad. And I
yeah,
remember her saying the daughter, like Kosha, she posted her story. She said, "I've completely detached from the idea of stability," and
and that's sad.
that's
Can you
sad
imagine that? I
as
can.
a child, like to be saying that when you never have stability and you pregnant.
I guess she's
That's
just so used to not being stable for a long time now. Just
that's
think, she always
just
going from one place to the other.
and that's the example like that she said, and that's why it's she needs to be stopped. She needs to be stopped, and if not stopped, she at least need other people need to be warned. Like, don't go with
Hmm.
this lady. Don't bring your children with this lady. She's this not a safe person. This is a dangerous person,
Yeah,
and she don't care. Obviously, she don't care about the children. She don't care about
she
herself.
don't care about her own, so she can't care about your children.
Exactly. Nor you.
Hmm. For
Okay.
real.
Let me see if I got any questions. Did y'all ever argue?
Well, no, I per se, now they always had arguments, but I was always the one that was just, I had no reason to argue. I just, even if they did something that upsetted me, I just always just was kept it to myself, because I just always felt if I expressed myself in any type of way, how it was gonna be. Now the only argument we had was when I let them come here and we was in Texas, because that was different grounds then, because they, I was in my own house. But me being in the tribe, with them, I never argued with anything. I just pretty much, was a person that just kept quiet and never voiced how she felt, even if somebody did something to upset me. I'll just,
Of course, you'll get kicked
yeah,
out or
I knew it was
shunned
gonna be
or
an issue. Yeah, because it was like, it was plenty of times like, I felt like I would wash dishes and just certain. I have certain pet peeves, especially when I'm like, okay, I'm washing dishes. It's like you can at least empty your plate out. They would just put the plates inside of the sink with stuff in it. I'm like, come on, like it was just like I'm already gonna be, because like at one point when I didn't have cash, my thing was I'll do whatever I can do, to okay, I may not have cash at this moment, but I clean up, I wash dishes,
exactly.
sweep my anything that I could do to hold my weight. That's how I was. I may
Exactly.
didn't have money in certain moments, but the moments I didn't have money, I made myself valuable Just no different, from how how we,
Mm-hmm.
we made ourselves valuable in a way of we didn't have money, at the time. So it's just like I cleaned up or I did anything, they needed me to do around the house. So I don't know.
So
It's just
then when they were in Texas, came to be in Texas with you,
yeah.
how did that how did that
See
go?
when they came to Texas, we had we had been talking like back and forth or whatever because I had been helping them in Africa, and then they kind of got up. We kind of kind of fell out a little bit because I don't know because it's just I feel like they always needed more. Like, cause and then I don't stay in Jamaica, so I know how the amount of money is valued in Jamaica, but Africa is different where you even got way more money than you have in Jamaica when you got American money. So I didn't understand why they needed so much money, but now I realize the reason why they needed so much money is because they was investing their money in trying to make Alicia's baby daddy he trying to be famous. So he keep saying he playing doing studio time and and I guess making songs and stuff. So most of the money that people was giving at one time was actually to donate to his studio time and stuff, not to eat. Cause she already had made it very clear, like they could spend $20 American money and have so much money.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just always something. And do you remember that time when they was in Africa and they claimed that somebody robbed their house?
Mm-hmm.
Mashawn said that was a whole story. They
Yeah.
made all that up. That was literally like so that show you how she played her supporters.
Scandalous.
Yes.
That one
Nobody
when I was there with them, they used to sit in there like and
and
just
plot
literally
twists
brainstorm
on plot
plans
twists.
and fake stories to tell their family, to
Yes.
tell our audience, to tell Nature Boy.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to scam Nature Boy.
Like
They
for
was
real.
like, "Oh, we gonna come up with a plan." Oh, and that's what I took a video of myself and I said Avatar Ocean and I did the little hand symbol thing on my forehead and then the chest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because that was to scam him and say, "Oh, we need like money. Can you send us some money?" And just and they came up with stuff to we said, "Oh, we gonna have a fight, a fake fight. We're gonna somebody gonna slap somebody, and it's gonna be a fake fight," and try to brainstorm. So I know they did it because I bear
Yes.
witness of them trying to do it when I was there.
Exactly.
So it ain't nothing new.
They always
The
coming
thing
up with
is,
stuff.
you rather scam a lot of people than just go get a job.
Yeah.
Then just go get an online, make an online store, anything. You rather scam and lie to people. Like it's just like defamation of character. Who? That's really how they are.
Yeah. Just like that cookbook. So many people prepaid for a cookbook, and I don't think the cookbook ever got made.
Yeah,
People was donating for that cookbook, and I don't even think because if that cookbook ever existed, we would have seen a copy of it or something.
hmm
It just kind of like the thought died away. You never heard about it no more. So, but they support her still, I'm sure they came up with some good story, the reason why. So I'm
yeah.
like, it's to the point I'm like, if they like it, they supporters like it, then I love it. But at the end of the day,
Mhm.
you get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want nobody else trying to go there, Not the supporters that I can't stop them from scam. If they want to be stupid enough to be sending their money, that's on them. But like I myself just don't want nobody else going over there. You feel me? Going
Exactly,
living with them, going believing the hype about going to Africa and all this. Because at the end of the day, these people are not gonna care about y'all at all. You just
exactly.
if you
And I
got
feel so
money,
bad. I feel so guilty, like with Sola, because
yeah. Because maybe
I
I
just
should
wish
just
it was
spoke.
something I could have did to warn her
Yeah,
more. And she
yeah.
had to, anytime somebody new come over there, they get to talking about you like a dog, and
Mm-hmm.
so they put this idea of me in Sola's head, and so Sola was basically on the bandwagon. I mean, what else can you do? Like you knew, you don't really know, you just know
Mm-hmm.
what they tell you. So I just felt so bad because dang, it happened to her too. I'm like, God,
Yeah.
like how many people? That's why I'm like, no more. Like I asked Luxury to if she wanted to do, she said no. And
Cause
so yeah. I think it's hello?
yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I believe she's scared. I
Yeah,
believe
I
she's
believe
scared.
she's
Not
scared as
not to say
well.
that as a bad thing, just
No.
they bash you. They
Yeah.
get together, they bash you, they shame you, they make you feel like nothing. And she says she's scared, like she's scarred from that. Like she
Mm.
wasn't a feminine woman, she was more of a masculine woman. And Onika manipulated her
Yeah, because
to
remember
be in a
when I was
polygamous relationship with a man.
oh yeah.
She
And
gets you, butter you up, tell you, oh yeah, I want to be with you. All of a sudden, a man is in the picture in your relationship. Picture that, like
and she was a virgin. She hadn't even messed with a man.
exactly,
And that's the most
exactly.
hurtful part, you
That's
know?
I can only imagine how that will scar you, like scar somebody.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's wrong. And I was there when she buttered Lux up, like butter her up. As soon as she got there, like she even had a chance. Like not to laugh, but Luxury
Yeah.
didn't stand a chance. Like it was just she just completely manipulated her to do anything. And after they like kicked me out and was screaming and yelling at me and whatever that day, I asked could I come in to use the bathroom, and Luxury was like, I mean, well, I was already in the house. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just asked could I use the bathroom, and Luxury was like, no, you can't use the bathroom. I'm like, Lux, you knew, like you don't even know, you don't even know, you even know nothing. Lux, like all of a sudden I can't use. I already knew. I mean, like I knew she was brainwashed. She was brainwashed.
Yeah. That's trust me, that's how that's how it be, you know. And I remember like it was when you said that that kind of it reminded me of the time when we was in remember we was in what was it Puerto Rico,
Mm-hmm.
and because the van was in Michonne's name, the house was in Michonne's name, so it was a girl had came barefoot. I forgot what her real name was, but I think online she's barefoot something. She
Barefoot Goddess or something.
barefoot
Bhakti, the
goddess or something.
Barefoot Goddess or something like
Yeah.
that.
So she came over, her and her daughter, they came while we was actually in Puerto Rico. And I think her and she I guess I guess she was observing a lot of things that was going on, this and that. And because they're pretty much just gang up on
Mm-hmm.
Michonne, and it was just like, so I guess her observing. So one day when her and Michonne had left, I guess she kind of like was talking to her and telling her how, like, hey, this van is in your name, this house in your name. So when Michonne came back, she literally kicked us out the house. So we had to sleep in the tent outside. I was like, I'll never forget. I was like, my son, can I please come in and use the bathroom? She was like, sorry, mommy, I'm sorry. You can't come use the bathroom. So I get her point of what she was trying to, you get what I'm saying? Like, I guess that was her way of, trying to get some boundaries or something about it. But eventually she let us wind coming in. But I think her and the girl wound up going together, and then she left with the girl. And
Yeah,
that's how she got out of Puerto Rico
I
with
remember
that
that.
girl. And
Yeah.
so it was a lot, it was a lot. I'm sure it's a lot that I don't even remember. Because sometimes you just go through so much, you just kind of your brain just block out
Yeah.
some of it.
Tell tell me about it. This stuff, like writing a book and stuff. They're like, oh yeah, I forgot
I
that used to
forgot about that.
happen.
Yeah, it's just so much.
You really just have to, especially when the stuff is traumatic. Like your
Mhm.
mind, it tries to block that stuff out.
Mhm. Like
Oh,
it.
that like it was dramatic stuff that happened in with Oneika and her tribe. They have been in incarnation. I don't see any
Yeah.
difference.
It
popping
just
and
wasn't as big. You feel me? Or
exactly.
when it comes to, but it was because I'm telling you, they say what they say to the world that, but they really admired. You feel me? They really their blueprint was off of carbonation. You feel me?
Exactly.
That's what they wanted. They was in hopes of creating a carbonation through what they had going on.
And
But it
I
just wasn't so
remember like
successful.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you
I
good?
remember like after like the Velvet situation,
Mm-hmm.
they made a public apology to him, trying to come back to carbonation.
Yeah, remember I was one that had to change my name too, cause I was
Right.
still in their tribe. So I
Oh,
had
you
to
were
literally
still in
change
there.
my name too, and everything, cause it was at that time Ezekiel was talking about going. He wanted to go to carbonation, and I guess Nature Boy really, I feel like, cause he was kind of hurt because he had been with Velvet, so that was never his intentions to let him come. But I guess he wanted, how he'll humiliate you,
He
so.
wanted to publicly humiliate him,
Yeah,
definitely.
so they did that on Bigo. I think we was on Bigo or something, and then everybody said no to him coming
Yeah.
back.
He made them go in a circle. Oh my
Yeah.
God. He was really going through it. Ezekiel was really going through it because, first of all, like, he just had to end his relationship with me for basically nothing.
Yes, and I know
And
that had to bother him deep down.
to be cheated on, or not cheated on, but to be left for another dude the next
In
day
less than 24 hours,
in less than 24
you
hours.
probably ain't have time enough to get off the plane. Like for real, like that girl something else,
Still getting off the plane.
and it was just over. Like I was just in shock. I'm telling you, when I just happened to you have to use the bathroom or something, and I came through the house and she was just sitting on the bed with Dylan, and I'm like, what did I just miss? Like I'm
Right.
looking at everybody like, what is going on? But I couldn't say nothing. But in my mind, I'm looking like, what's really going on?
Oh my
Like,
God.
and she was like, nothing was wrong with it. Like, I mean, like it was nothing wrong with you leaving the person you're supposed to be with and start a whole nother relationship in the same house, and you just in a whole nother room. Like, and then
He
when
even came to New Orleans with her. Like Ezekiel, he came to New Orleans to like get her basically.
mm-hmm,
Because I remember I was asking them, can they pay for my ticket back to Mississippi since y'all kicking me out, leaving me
mm-hmm.
stranded? Can you at least help me get a
Oh,
ticket
they
back
didn't pay for
home?
your ticket?
No, because they was too busy paying for a ticket, Ezekiel ticket to go back to New Orleans.
Oh wow. See, I don't know why I thought they paid for your ticket. Oh wow. That's crazy. Yeah, cause I remember he went to New Orleans for and then he wound up coming back. Well, look, I don't remember if came back with him. I kind of don't remember
She
when they
came,
came. I
yeah,
think
she
when
came back with him.
I
He
don't
put
know if
on
she
a
came back with
video.
him or she came another time. I don't remember, but I remember she just came and then it was just like I don't know. I don't
That,
think because I think they thought that the tribe was gonna, you know, get this shine that
yeah, it was
that
all for clout. It
yeah,
was
it was
all
for
for clout.
clout. They knew they
He
in their
told
heart
me
they felt she was gonna bring the clout that they needed to blow up into this, this tribe that they wanted where everybody, looking at them too. But it didn't help.
oh yeah, he told before we were still talking when even when he was with Velvet, we was still
Mhm.
talking up until the day I left. And hold on just a second. Yeah, but he was talking to me. He told me that was gonna happen. He said, "Oh, she trying to trap Nature Boy here, basically, and to serve him some papers or something." I said, "What? Like, so y'all gonna make up something for him to come?"
Cause she
Like,
knew he was coming as soon as he found out she was in Puerto Rico. She had to know that.
I don't know, like he was already in Puerto Rico, like
Yeah, that's
Nature
what I'm
Boy
saying. So
was.
she knew that would be nothing but him getting in a car, cutting a few blocks, you know.
Yeah. It's just kind of weird. Like, I don't know.
But really, she could have just went on and, like, I don't know. I
Or you
feel
just
like,
could have stayed in the States and you would have been further away from him. But
yeah, it's just like I don't get it. Everything is like for show when it comes, and she another one too when it comes to being a parent. Child, she was not studying them kids. Eliana was just running around out there, and but we all made sure she was good and stuff. But I guess because she used to that, like when she was in carbonation, she just be
yeah.
around and everybody else keep the child. So she was she a whole nother character.
Mm.
But
Well, that's
you know,
basically.
we live and we learn. Liz.
Yeah, my bad. I had to mute up real quick.
Oh, I was just making sure. That's why I was like, "Hello, this did I do something wrong?"
I had to mute up real quick, but that's
Yeah, okay.
basically all the questions I had for you. I mean,
Okay.
unless if it's anything else you
No,
remember, or
I think we covered everything that I can think of.
okay. Well, that's basically all the questions. You see this little reference like that?
Oh, you don't try. What's his name? Well, I forgot his name. What's the other one name?
T-Pain,
Yeah,
chopped and
you
screwed.
okay? You tried T-Pain.
Screw, screw.
Look.
It's just some more pictures of us.
Where
Christian.
was y'all? Where was y'all at right there?
We was in Humacao.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Humacao, Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh, that's okay. That's the spot y'all went to before y'all went to Fajardo.
yeah. Before we was in Fajardo, yeah, we had just basically just got in Puerto Rico. So yeah, we went to San Juan. That's my yacht. But people don't know who my yacht
Oh
is.
my dear.
That's him with the
Yeah, I don't really see my out no more. He used to be online a little bit, but I don't.
Yeah, he not. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I could tell
It was. I
he.
don't know if you heard about the situation with Daya.
Yes, that I was shocked,
It
like
was.
super shocked.
It was traumatic.
Yeah, but I think he said he was going through some things mentally, so I think maybe that's what he was working on. You know, I think he was going to the doctor or something. He said,
Yeah, he went to therapy because
yeah,
that was after he fled Puerto Rico because of what happened. He
yeah,
literally fled. The police. There was so many police there looking for him.
wow, because they said he was bugging out for real.
He. Oh Lord. I think me and the Nedrick had went to the store or something. But when we got back, baby goddess was crying, and she was in the room with one of the people that was there, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Where's Daya? Where's Daya at?" And so I started looking for Daya, and I start see it's a trail, a whole trail of bloody wipes all the way to the room me and Ezekiel used to stay in,
Mm-hmm.
all the way to that room. And I opened the door, and she laying on the bed like laid out. And it's even more of like bloody wipes. And when she removed her hand from her eye,
Girl.
I like to fill out. I like
You when she sent me the picture, I could not like I was like, how could a man like you like he put his all in that?
and he was
Like
big. He was like
yes, and
six
muscle.
two.
You feel me? Too big compared to her to hit her with all that power. It yeah, like I was upset about that. Like cause her eye looked that bad, like for real. He wrong for that for real.
It was so true. I never
And I
seen.
told him, and even to leave, he always blamed the woman.
Wow.
He said it's that's Dale's fault. The way Dale talked to people. Like
Yeah.
how can you even blame something like that on somebody else? Nobody deserved that.
Because he
You know?
condoned abuse. He condoned
Yes.
the R word. He condoned
Yes.
all of that.
Cause even with Khadijah, he every time you look, like he used to call me and he call her the stupid bee and all that. I'm like, she go through so much verbal abuse. He may not put his hands on her, but verbal abuse. Oh my, she get it. Like she gets it.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, don't be calling me with all that, like for real. Cause he want to call people and slander her. You get what I'm saying to other people.
Yeah, he did it to us. And she
Yeah.
didn't leave. And he was spitting on her and headbutting her, had her back in the
Hmm.
corner, and verbally abusing her.
Like if he, I wish Chauncey. That's why I told him recently. I was like, you know what, y'all obviously made for each other because at the end of the day, Umi would never take that for real. I wish somebody might spit on me. Like for real. That's guidelines where I would be gone. Like
Yeah.
for real. And I just think she want to be a part of something so bad. But all I can say, especially if you listen to Khadijah, what is you been a part of, sweetheart? Like really, what is it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's nothing. That's what I had to realize when it came to just being in that trial. Like, what am I really missing
Yeah.
a part on? Like nothing
Yeah.
on this illusion, this dream, this. I don't know. It's definitely an illusion.
A whole illusion. A whole.
Yeah, that nobody else see but us.
As
Everybody else
long as you
looking
see
in,
palm
looking.
trees, you help.
Yes, like yeah. So just to see palm trees and beaches and stuff, no, you don't deserve that, sweetheart. You don't. You don't
Yeah.
at all.
I had to go. I had to go to the hospital with Dale, and after the hospital, we went to the police station, and she had to like file a report, and they went. I was looking for him for hours. I was up, like, we was there all day. It was like nighttime. I had to tell
That's
them like,
crazy.
"Oh, yo necesito a la comer because I'm embarazada, like I'm pregnant, like I need to be home."
Mm-hmm.
And when we got like he was gone. They were like, we went to the house, we couldn't find him. We looking all around, we can't find him. And he never been in Puerto Rico since.
Mm. He knew. Mm. He better
And
be
she,
glad they didn't put it because they could have put it in at the airport where he could. They really could have gotten that way, but I guess they didn't go to the extreme of that.
yeah, I don't think he went right away.
Mm-hmm. Because when I saw how that looked, I was like, wow. It just, I ain't gonna lie, it really hurt my heart just to see that because it looked super painful.
Yeah, man. But and then Goddess was right there, like she saw it happen. Like
Yeah.
I can only imagine like the sound and like like
Yeah,
oh.
that was wrong, but that's how
That's
it
what.
be.
Oh yeah, he went live with Nature Boy. Nature Boy was telling, yeah, that's what you should have did. That's what you should have did. Oh, you right. You was in the right. You was in the right. These be words. This. These holes. That. And it was just. Look, I was out. My blood was boiling. Like, oh
Yeah, because he was really down, because he was the one, when all that had happened, he the one had actually called
yeah.
that got everything. Well, really, it was him and Tali because
Him
they
and
thought
Tali.
that, yeah, they thought I was asleep, but I heard them both on the phone talking to Nature Boy, but I just was not trying to be in it, so I stayed right up in the tent, and you know, I wasn't finna get in it or somebody just say that I said it, so. But Talib just he didn't want to take part in it, but I heard it with my own ears. He was right there, and he didn't go and say, "Oh, he called." No, but he want to act like it was just my eye, but it was him too. He made it and pushed dial the numbers, but he was right there rooting him on,
Wow. Wow.
right there.
So
So yeah, so that's why I be trying to say, that's why he ain't gonna never get no group because it's how he promote himself, and he really like just like I said I try not to be so when I say he a great person. No, he a great gardener. He a great worker. You know
a
he
great gardener.
yeah, but as in when it comes to a great person, when it comes to like being in a relationship with somebody or just no. He's a great person when it comes to planting stuff. He's great at building houses and painting and stuff like that. But you know, I I just try to be nice about the situation. But in reality, he not that great of a person, especially when it comes to how he treat the women that's around him, or just him really being, I guess, a friend to his close friend. He's two-faced,
Yeah, I would
so
definitely.
very two-faced. He loves drama, but he claim he don't, but his action shows he loves drama.
Yeah, he'll tell us one thing and then go tell Oneika them another.
Yeah, that's
Go back
how
and
it
forth,
be.
play
I'm like, but
games.
is you telling them about all the stuff you say about them? Or did you telling them that you know, when you told me not to do no more for them? Like, no. He's so two-faced. But now he's like, oh, y'all slandering their character. That's all the stuff she did for, we all did stuff for each other. So I mean, did that make it not bad when they was, making lives on me? Like, I did a lot for them too. We all did stuff for each other. You did stuff for them. We all put in to what was considered that tribe. So it took me a minute to realize, like, ain't no, we all did for each other. Nobody didn't do more for us than we did for, them. So at the end of the day, yeah, I just hope somewhere or another it helps somebody to, like, stay away from these people, y'all. These are not the people, the loving people they try to keep painting to y'all online. Cause
A
they not.
whole
They gonna
different
be loving in the beginning to y'all. They gonna, what they say, gaslight. I don't know if that's the definition. I don't know. I
love
don't know how to use
bomb,
that. And all that. They gonna make you feel like you so important. They
love
they
bomb.
gonna they gonna claim that all me and Liz doing is trolling and all the
Mhm.
stuff we're saying is just lies.
You
But
gonna have
eventually,
parties and
yes.
turn up,
Yes,
and
y'all gonna turn up
but the
and
moment you see
drink and
something you don't
smoke and
like,
all that. Yeah. And
the
then
moment
you're
you
gonna
see
see that
something you
true
don't
color.
like, and you speak up, it's
Yeah,
gonna
then you're gonna be right here on the live talking about what you went through.
for real.
And then you're gonna be the troll right along with us.
Yep, it's a cycle. Yep,
Yeah, it's a cycle.
we done been through it already.
Yeah. So at this
So,
point, if somebody go through it, I mean, it's on there, Make sure you put out a little tag just in case if somebody do, they want to research them, they can come right onto the video and see.
hmm
Yes,
that was
this is
another
not.
question I had to ask. Was it a pot? It was a pot that you had to put your money in.
Well, at the end, because really wasn't a lot of money. All I know is we always just gave her the money, but she had made it at the end. Like when they came to Georgia that time, they
Hmm
said that we had to start when we get money. It all had to go to a pot. But and I think that was really more of because Olivia, the one she had bank. Like I ain't gonna lie, Olivia money was long when she first came.
mm
So it was. I think they was mostly saying that so that Olivia give all her money up to them so they can be in control of it. Cause
Right.
they was already in control of it. They was spending her money like that was their money. Point blank.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I think cause she had been through so much, she was just, like, cause they was love bumming her like whoa when she first got there.
hmm
So I think she really felt a part of something, even though they were family members. I could tell, like, I can pretty much tell that their family not no real family. Like they never got the love that they needed. Cause I think even with both of them, neither one of them was raised by their mom. They was all raised because Anika used to tell us all the time about because she was dark skinned because she used to bleach her skin and everything. Her mom and all them bleached their skin.
mm
They always wanted to be light skinned.
mm
So they
That
really did,
explains colorism.
yeah, they really didn't care for her too tough because she said, I guess because she was dark skinned. But they all originally was dark skinned, but they light skinned now because they all bleached their skin.
Mm.
So that's right there, definition of somebody hating themselves. If you
Yeah.
gotta actually, they do that in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Girl, all those people be bleaching their skins.
Mm.
Like you'll see people, but you can. I learned that I can tell how when people bleach their skin because it'll make you real irritated. It won't be like a normal red person. Their skin really will be red. I guess it's irritated from
Yeah.
the bleach and stuff. They have to put
Chemicals.
like a lotion on every day. She showed us pictures when she used to bleach her skin. I didn't believe her at first. I was like, oh my,
Oh
like
yeah.
she really was bleaching herself.
I actually just got done looking at those. You talk about in that little group chat.
Hmm.
It was a group chat that we was all in, and Akosha sent pictures of Oneika with.
I got well. I think she had it on her Facebook. I seen it, but she showed it to us, and she was showing us. She was telling us about how all her, her family members, they bleach their skin. I'm talking about they red bones.
Yeah.
So she was saying, "Can you believe I used to bleach my skin too?" And she showed us the pictures
Wow.
of where she was way lighter than what she is now. So yeah, I don't think they really like, the idea of being dark skinned. So she chose to be dark skinned. So I think her family like looked at her and like her kids as like outcasts. You feel me? It was like
Yeah.
they didn't have the love. So I guess that's the reason why she didn't really want us talking to our family. Like they didn't really want
Yeah.
me to talk to my kids.
Oh. Oh
So
yeah.
it was always an issue about me talking to my daughter because me and my daughter's like really close. So like we talk, and they
Hmm.
always try to make an issue out of me talking to them, like it was a problem.
Hmm.
Like it was always they was like that kind of like throw you off, or they could kind of
Oh yeah.
make
When
me
I
go
was on.
backwards type stuff. Like them are attachments, like the same thing. I'm like,
Exactly. Let go of your attachments is
yes. I'm like, them some attachments I ain't never letting go. Like
okay.
for real. I love my kids. So
When I was about to leave and I was on the phone, I asked Onika could I use her phone to make sure I have a way back and to just tell my mom like everything that happened so she know like okay, like what why'd you disappear for 7 months? Because
hmm
I wasn't talking to none of my family. I let go of my attachments and I finally got on the phone with my mom just to tell her everything. And the moment I start talking about like where Onika may have been false, we went to or when she when they kidnapped the 15-year-old, just give me my phone back now. Give my phone. I was like, wait, what? I'm talking to my mom. Like I can't talk to my mom. And so I just hung up. I said, okay, hold on, mom. Like the person's phone I'm using, they need it back. And so I was just thinking, okay, she need to use it real quick. And so um she was like, why are you telling other people about us and what happened? And I'm like, yo, that's my mom. Like
okay,
that's my
that ain't
mother.
other people. That's
That
my
like gave
mom.
birth to me and pushed me out. That's my mother. And I'm gonna go back home. So my mom needs to know what happened and where I went missing for 7 months. My mom needs to know why I was missing for 7 months. That's why I'm telling mom like it was just crazy. Like everything little thing I did, it was a problem.
hmm Because you remember the times that I talked to you when I was in Puerto Rico. That's
Yeah,
why I always walk away from the house and talk to you. See, and
yeah.
that's why they really didn't want you to have a phone. They wanted you to like be on Wi-Fi or something. But
Mm,
that's why I was never having it because somebody can easily unplug the Wi-Fi and then how can I talk to somebody? So I
exactly.
always kept me a little phone that I
Yeah.
could now like when I was in Costa Rica I didn't. I had a phone where I had to go to Wi-Fi. But see, Puerto Rico is still considered United States. So I had like
Hmm.
a little like one of those free government phones. And when
Hmm.
I went to Puerto Rico, it still worked there. So I was like, okay. So I
Hmm.
actually that's how I could actually, keep up with people. But I never felt, that Wi-Fi thing because they can easily cut you off or anything. So I didn't. If when I want to talk, or if I need to go, I need to know I can, because look how they did you. They can easily take. No.
Exactly. Yeah. I was about to go live, and they was like, "Oh, she live," and they kind of stood up, like they was gonna take it out of my hands because they have taken it from like I was using Ezekiel phone now. Like they had
hmm
all went and got new phones when them taxes hit. They all went and got new phones, and I was still without a phone, so I was using Ezekiel's old phone, and when they found out that like I had was about to like tell and about to leave. I was thinking about telling people like what happened, like what happened to Akosha, what happened to me, what happened to everything that happened. Akosha, cause she like, give me the phone now, give me the phone, give me the phone. and I threw the phone on the table.
See, that was a way of
And I
controlling.
went to
That was
the
a way of
Dylan.
controlling.
I went in there with Dylan, and I asked for his phone, and that's whose phone I was using.
Because they couldn't control Dylan phone. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? That was their way of trying to control you. Because if you kept, talking off their technology, they can easily take you whenever they want to.
yeah,
So,
yeah. It's so many. I had to use so much like self control, like not to fight because it was a hostile environment where it was a
oh,
hostile environment.
look,
So
and
you had
every
to
time the
fight.
demons start coming out them, they'll start playing crazy music, and that's why I
Hmm.
know something going on because the music will be blasting loud,
Hmm.
and they
Yep,
walking around dancing. I'm like, oh Lord,
exactly. Which is just
something's going on. Look,
like yeah, another one.
yeah, okay, it's another one, Lord.
Man, it was so many times I was ready to fight. Like I feel like I had to fight. Like picture just your cells being on fight or flight all the time. Like all the time. Like it's just crazy, bro. And
It's
all
just
this stuff. I like the secret hostility and jealousy. It started coming out once it was my time to go. Like I remember going back in. A coach was like, "Yeah, there
remember
are
they tore all
yeah,
your
shadow
paintings,
self."
your stuff off the wall or something. That's when
Yeah,
I realized
yeah,
that you did it. I didn't know you was the one did it until they went and tore all the things off the wall like that. I was like,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
So
they went
so
and ripped
so why
all
so
my
much
stuff off
hate
the
now for
wall.
Liz just because when y'all the one created this, y'all the one telling her to leave, but now all of a
Exactly.
sudden it's like so much hate to you. So I mean, a person ain't gonna just build that up. Of y'all already had to feel like this.
I had
But
to
you just
look for my stuff. I even know where they put my stuff. Remember the cards you
and
gave
remember
me?
I gave you the cards?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, have you seen them? Because they just scattered my stuff everywhere. I was looking in the trash can. Like I had cut my finger on some glass that was in the trash can, just looking for my stuff.
Like
Like
they're just
half of
evil.
it was in the trash can, half of it was scattered across the house. Like I had to, it was,
And remember
it
I got
was
upset
a
because I
fight
said
and
I gave
everything.
her them cards. Look, them were mine. Look, because I
Yeah.
wanted to, yeah, like
I had
that's
just got
crazy.
them. Like,
Yes.
and she
So
like, oh, they in a Walmart bag without the
mhm.
case, like without the box, out the box. There was in a Walmart bag in some random place.
Yeah, that was just evil. Like I'm like when y'all caused it, you ain't do nothing. They the one said you had to leave this and that. So it's like why you got all this hostility towards her all of a sudden? That's what I didn't get. I was like, oh, these people is something else.
Yeah,
Like for real.
yeah. They say everybody else's heart is stone because you don't donate. Like, nah, we know who heart is really stone.
Yeah, it's not the yeah. And that's what I noticed now they're using Bible verses and stuff. I was like, oh, so now y'all believe in the Bible? Because they're using the verses that they want to use in order to
Exactly.
make people feel bad. So that's why I was like, just
Yeah,
the average narcissist. So
yeah,
now the Bible that you claim to not believe in, now all of a sudden you using verses out the Bible to to
yeah.
to you know to in your words convict other people of why they not
Exactly.
helping and donating.
And it was just fake last week.
Yeah.
But
It went, yeah. It was just, yeah, we don't even, I was like, wow. So now they believe in the Bible. Okay. These
but
people.
that's all the questions I had on me. I
Okay.
appreciate you coming on and doing this. And
Oh, I appreciate you, having me here.
oh
It's
yeah,
always good to vent and just, just get all that out my head, that I kept trapped in for so long.
oh definitely. And for the people viewing, I'm gonna have Sola on her next. We don't have a date yet, but she agreed to come on and tell her side of the story, what happened between them. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be interesting and very telling because it's like they got worse and worse
Yes.
the more
It
they went
started getting
on.
worse with her.
The
Yeah.
character just start getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So the stuff she told me, I'm just like, oh my god. But thank you for joining.
All right. Well, have a great day.
Okay, you
All
too.
right.
All right.
Bye.
Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for staying and listening and supporting us and supporting my small little channel. I really appreciate it. Mods. That y'all got to talk about this at least a little bit. Oh yes, definitely. And it's still like a bunch of stuff that just we don't even remember, and I'm pretty sure some stuff she don't remember that happened. It's just hard to recount everything. But thank y'all for joining. Join me next time where I'm gonna interview Sola. That's the girlfriend who just recently left Oneika and her daughter. And that was quite an experience too. So I'll make a flyer and let y'all know when I'll be interviewing her. Hey BB, hey everybody, hey Hippie, hey Kaja and Kayla's mom, Crystal, Ocean Yimmy, Lisa, Lunar, is that how you say it? Bassett or Bassett? Let's see. Sans April. Hi, how are you? None dare call it a conspiracy. Rissa, Medea, LP lurking. I'm trying to shout out everybody. Okay, I think that's everybody. Miss Renee. Hey y'all. Thank y'all for coming. All right. I'll see y'all next time.